Hello everyone, my name is Luke Boulay, and I'm PPA's Government Affairs Manager. In this program, we'll be talking about what it means when something is published under copyright. You may be surprised to learn that it's not as straightforward as it sounds. In this video, we're going to get into the complexities of what a published work is versus an unpublished work. First, we'll start off by defining what publication is. According to Law 17 U.S.C. Section 101, publication is the distribution of copies or phone records of a work to the public by sale or other transfer of ownership or by rental, lease, or lending. The offering to distribute copies or phone records to a group of persons for the purposes of further distribution, public performance, or public display constitutes publication. A public performance or display of a work does not itself constitute publication. According to the Copyright Office, generally, publication occurs on the date on which copies of the work are first made available to the public. Now let's break it down what the Copyright Office means by their statement. In the age of the internet where copies are widely distributed, but not necessarily for further distribution, establishing publication may be difficult. The first part of understanding publication is quite simple. Publication occurs when the photographer distributes copies of their work to the public by the sale or sort of licensing. The second part of how publication works is not as straightforward. Publication also happens when the photographer offers up work for further public display, such as delivering work to a client. Simply showing a client the photos you took of them at a viewing would not necessarily count as publication. You would have to take it one step further and deliver the images via a downloadable link, for instance, or through physical delivery. Therefore, simply showing your work to the public does not mean that it is published. To help you better grasp this concept, imagine this. You decide to have a public viewing of your work in an online public forum or live stream. You make no offer to sell copies or license your images. You just provide a public viewing. In this case, your images would still be considered unpublished. However, imagine later you decide to offer to sell a print of one of your images from your online public viewing. In a blog post, you announce 10 prints will be going live for purchase in your online store. The date of your prints going live for purchase would be considered the date of publication. Or, and imagine in a different scenario, if you decide to license the use of your image on an interstate billboard, the date of making the offer would simply satisfy the date of publication. So why does publication matter, you might ask? The complexities of how published work is defined has big implications for photographers. When you as a photographer go to register images for copyright, you'll be required to separate your published images from your unpublished images. If you need to pursue a case of copyright infringement, the publication status of your images will affect the damages you're able to collect. It's also important to note that works that are published in the US must have a copy deposited to the Library of Congress upon registration. Publication can be confusing, but it doesn't have to be. For more resources on copyright registration, check out our videos on how to register published and unpublished photographs.